hello. Welcome to the German Gardener channel. I'm doing I'm at the New York Botanical Garden at their annual orchid show. So many orchids to choose from. Now we are in the store where you can buy the orchids, but later on I'm going to actually take you in the actual event and show you millions and millions of orchids. But right now I want to buy something. I'm going to show you what they have here because this is a very popular store that people come to buy their orchids. Yes, look at that. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous orchids. Yes, if you are an orchid lover like me, this is a complete haven. Now, I'm sorry I don't have my microphone on, but I'm just going to give you a tour of the orchids. They have so many. They have Phalaenopsis, and they have different types of orchids here for different types of prices. They have the moth ones that are very, very popular, but I don't have very good luck with them. I like the other ones, the chocolate ones that smell like chocolate. Yes, there's an orchid that actually smells like chocolate and vanilla. So I'm going to give you a really nice tour of all these orchids here. And this is $42 to this one. Now, when it comes to orchids, the thing you don't want to do is you don't want to overwater. You see that it's in this area where it's coming, there has some light. This is the perfect filter light for orchids. It's kind of bright light, but it's not direct light. And you don't want direct light on your orchids. That is the number one thing. If you have direct light on your orchids, it's going to burn and it's not going to be happy. Also, you can tell that these orchids are nice and healthy, because how you tell that an orchid is nice and healthy, it's by the leaves. It's not by the blooms, because these blooms fall off. It's the leaves. If the leaves are nice and sturdy and plump, you have yourself a fantastic orchid. You also want to look at the roots. If the roots are nice and plump and sturdy and coming out of the pot, this is a good orchid. Now, sometimes the roots will look like this. Don't be concerned. Once you water them, they will turn like a greenish color. But you want to look for an orchid that's upright, that has a lot of roots, and and you sometimes even take the orchid out of the pot. Sometimes I even take the orchid out of the pot and I examine the orchid. That's a pretty healthy orchid. Now, when it comes to orchids, you don't want to repot it right away. You want to leave it in the pot because it will do better in the pot. But I'm going to give you a more look at all these orchids here. I love this one. This is so pretty. These are the different types of orchids. Now we're going to go further down. And these are the miniature size orchids. I think the miniature size orchids do a lot better than the bigger ones, only because I've just had better luck with them, and to tell you the truth. And when it comes to an orchid, you don't want to get an orchid that's fully bloomed. You want to get an orchid that has blooms and buds. Blooms and buds, guys. Blooms and buds. This is $26. It comes in a terracotta pot. And you can see it's nice and healthy. If you take the orchid out, nice and healthy. You can get orchid bark. You make sure that when you do get orchids, you don't want to put orchids in soil. Orchids don't go with soil. They like orchid bark or something like that. Nothing. My whole point is don't put orchids in soil. And this is $26. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Got this nice little book, Growing Orchids. And take a look at that one right there. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to give you a wider look. Yes, this is actually orchid season. During the cold winter months is actually orchid season. You think it's summer, but no, this is when orchids bloom. It's during the winter months. Okay. And we're going to make our way down. And there we go. That's where I want to be. More orchids, guys, more orchids. Take a look at that table. Holy moly. Now, I love the orchids like this. I don't know the proper name. I just know I like them. These are really easy to grow, and they seem to be easier to grow than the moth orchids. And I think this one, let's see, I think this one is $46. And the good part about this is that none of this is bloomed yet, meaning that you're going to get all the blooms when you get home. Because you don't want an orchid that's fully bloomed. You want to have an orchid that has mostly buds. That way, you'll get more for your bang for your buck, because the buds mean that they are younger. When they're all bloomed out, that means that orchid's a little older. But since most of these orchids are not, they seem very young, you'll get more bang for your buck because they'll be blooming longer for you. Take a look at this cool one right here. Wow. And this one is $46. So all of these orchids on this table is $46. And when you get something like this, it's best to have like a support or some type of brace so it doesn't fall down, but all of them do. You can see how plump the orchid is. That's what you want to see. You want to make sure you feel it. It's nice and plump. I'm going to give you a wider look. If anybody in the comment section, I see that there's a couple of 3 people in here in the comment section. Let me know what this is officially called. All of these, for my standards, are orchids. Okay, they have a specific name. I don't know, but who cares? They're beautiful. Take a look at that. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Again, you're joining me here at the Determined Gardener. We are at the New York Botanical Garden. They have their orchid show. The orchid show just opened up last week, and we're here at the store where you can buy orchids after the orchid show. I haven't been to the orchid show yet. I stopped to buy here to see if I can snag anything before anybody else gets them. But you can see just how many orchids they have. All of them are not in bloom right now, meaning that they will be blooming once you buy them, and that's what you want. You want an orchid that does not have blooms yet, because that means that that bud is new. This one, again, $46. Look how stunning that is, guys. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And the popular moth orchids, this is $42. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Oh, take a look at this one. This is so, so pretty. I don't know what type of this orchid is, but I mean, it looks like it's going to be budding soon. So I would definitely consider buying this for $42 and then wait till it blooms, and then there'll be a surprise. And this is the type of orchid it is. Dendrum, yes. Dendrums, orchids. So this orchid show has been open for about a week. So if you like the smaller ones in the smaller pots, take a look at that one. That is so cute. This is $26. Now what I do here's a really good bonus tip. What I do, instead of going for the single stem like this, I try to go for the double stem. Go for more bang for your buck. that means that you get 2 stems, right, instead of just 1. So even if you're at the big box store, or if you are trying to buy orchids at, your grocery store, try to get ones that are 2 stems instead of 1. Hi guys. Silliest thing I've ever done for fun? I don't know. To tell you that, what about you? The silliest thing I've ever done? I don't know. That's a really good question. Hi, where are you from? Hi, Esther. How are you? We're at the New York Botanical Garden, and their orchid show just opened up about a week ago. We're at the orchid store where you can purchase orchids. So if you're an orchid lover, this is definitely the place for you. They have other plants here, but we're just going to showcase the orchids because orchids are just so beautiful. They bloom. This is the time that they bloom, not during the summer or spring, but during the winter time. And here in New York, it just snowed. About 3 weeks ago, we had a huge snowstorm, and then we got a dusting about 2 inches. So it's fantastic to see these plants, these beautiful tropical plants in here, bringing so much smiles and sunshine to us New Yorkers here and other people that live in the colder states, because it has been very cold and sunny. And just to have something like this on your, on your living room, dining room table, on your sunroom, definitely puts a smile on my face. I don't know about anybody else, but it definitely puts a smile on my face. Some more, and we're going to show you some of the orchids that you can take home. They have the different orchids right here. Right here. Sorry guys, my phone is not the greatest, but yeah, this is the different types of orchids, calatheas, phalaenopsis, denodendrums, and all of that is on this table right here. So I haven't found anything yet. I definitely want to take home a calathea because I'm a calathea freak. And this is what the calathea looks like. This is what it looks like right there. They're really, I think they're easier to grow than the regular orchids. So if I can find any, I promised myself that I wouldn't buy any, but come on. I mean, I can't resist. I can't resist. This is beautiful. Oh, take a look at this one. Oh, this is $48 though. Woo, pricey. In a small pot. Did you hear that? Somebody broke a pot. Yeah, this is tiny. I don't know if I'm going to spend $50 for that. Nah, I'll pass on that. I need something that's going to like really bloom. So every year I go to the New York Orchid Show and I splurge and I get my orchids because I know that they do a good job in taking care of their orchids here. Yeah, I don't see the ones that I normally get. Oh, take a look at this. Wow, take a look at this, guys. How pretty is that? Oh, wow. This is 42. Now you want to make sure that when you're looking for an orchid, you see how this is like a little crinkly? That means that it's thirsty. So if you see something like that, I would pass. You want your orchid to be nice and plump like this. That says that I am plump and I am ready to bloom and give you all the happiness. So yeah. Okay guys, so I don't see anything that I would get here. But guys, thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, The Determined Gardener. Watch out for another video that you're going to see on my channel of the entire show, because again, this is just the store. I did not go into the main event, and the main event has millions, and I mean millions of orchids that look way better than this. These are just orchids that you can buy and take home. So I'm going to be going to the main event. If you guys want to see some succulents, they have some potted plants here too. How cool is that? I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what they have here besides the orchids for any guys that are plant lovers. And I think these are the air plants right here. cool is that? Anybody has any questions, let me know. How cute is that? That is $48. And these are air plants from what I understand. So don't know much about them. Yeah, air plants. Air plants are fun and easy to grow. They need bright light and they need thorough soaking once a week. Yes. And here are some more orchids that they have not bloomed yet. And they got string of pearls, all these hanging plants. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna make myself to the orchid show. Oh, how cute is that? I'm gonna make my way to the orchid show, so stay tuned to my channel. It will be out in maybe 2 days. The Determined Gardener, look out for the orchid show because I will have a whole entire video on the orchid show, so you definitely want to stay tuned to that. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. Anybody that wants to just hey, hi, how are you? Hello, everyone. Hi, Pamper Peach, hi, how are you? Orchids, guys, the orchid show. See, she got an orchid right there. Isn't that so pretty? Yes. 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 We got ones over here too. I think these are also $48. Oh, yes. Yes. And look at these cute little ones right here. These are just regular plants that you can normally find at Home Depot. These are $10. You know, the thing is, I do trust these people here at the New York Botanical Garden because they are experts, right? It's not like Home Depot, like where you don't know whether the plant is good. These people really know what they're doing. So, you know, it may be a little pricey, but you are getting a good healthy plant. So I'll be willing to pay for a good healthy plant if it's going to last. See all these people here getting their plants, getting their orchids. Okay, guys, so I am going to go to the orchid show because I can't miss that. So I'm going to go over here just in case you guys did not see this. This is my last trip here. Stay tuned because they had these yellow ones right here. Take a look at those. These little baby ones. Look how pretty. For $26. And I'm getting this one right here. I'm not sure. This one is $42 and it's just pure yellow. Sorry about the lighting, but this is the perfect lighting for orchids. You see, it's kind of bright, but it's not direct light. Yes, 42. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, very healthy. Yes, nice healthy bulbs. Ooh, take a look at this one. This one's a little shriveled up, right? You would just grab this one and say, no. You got to like take a look at the bulb and see if it's nice and shriveled. Nice and shriveled bulbs you don't want. You want nice fat ones like that one. Look how fat that one is. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, and here's the other orchids on this windowsill. You see the snow outside? Lots of snow. But the orchids are making it beautiful. Yes. I love a striped orchid. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Okay, guys, so I am on my way to the orchid show. Don't miss out on this wonderful video that I'm going to be dropping on Tuesday. I'm going to try to drop it on Tuesday. So definitely take a look at it. See you guys. See you in the next video and see you soon. Bye.